at least one Rise game that I caught. And in a weird way, it does, like early game, I don't think it feels that great, but once you get to a first item, it's a big reason is, was it Lahens that just did this as well, this exact thing?
Peanut's just lit on fire. He's just dead, guys.
Just dead.
He's just dead. Beryl is the better jungler.
He thought that he did not have the damage. And Beryl, look at Beryl's face! That's bad!
Thumbs up.
Oh,
Beryl is just hunting.
He's dead.
Wait.
He's just dead.
Yeah, okay, maybe he is just dead and Peanut gets...
He's still cackling!
Exactly. None of us can. If you're in chat saying that was a bad play,
well, it was.
Then show me your trophies.
As they should be looking to... Oh, 1 health!
All right, yeah, Peanut going to be able to grab that one as... Never mind, he's dead! Well, I mean, they still managed to get the grub, so there is that, but... That Realm Warp, that is so much better than the first
He's unkillable, and the amount of damage that he does is also kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But because of the rest of the composition of DK, even as good as the scaling on both Zeri and Rise is, I think the execution is always going to be a bit finicky. As there we go again.
Here's another Realm Warp, as they don't manage to get on top of Delight, but they don't need to because they barbecue the ground underneath him. And then it's Lucid's turn to be a Leona.
As we do have both Lucid and Peanut waiting. Peanut has Banana Brush control. No level 6 for Beryl just yet. So he might be in trouble.
Captive Audience coming on in there as there is the stun. Aiming, throws down the ulti as Viper. Remember, no flash. Can't get out of there. Beryl is really dead, but is Delight going to die? And the answer is yes. As Lucid takes the last bullet there from the curtain call. A 1-for-1 in the end. Both of the supports now on the ground. As Shiu, 2 seconds until the equalizer is back up and available. And HLE, they know it. Oh, gee, really wants to press that button. He does so as now Viper. He is the target. Aiming, doesn't skate over the wall. I think that was the game plan, but he decides not to.
Oh, they are waiting. That's your...
That's the only Rod I know.
Yeah, I don't know any either.
Rod Waterman's another one. He's a professional recorder player from Melbourne, Australia.
Really?
Yep.
I had no idea.
It's the only other Rod that I had to dig very deep. You can look him up. He's actually a phenomenal recorder player.
Wow,
if you ever thought the recorder was only ever to play Titanic badly, I tell you what,
that is actually what I thought. I might actually be trying to set up a kill here. Lucid, there are mercs here for Zeus, and still, I like that respect. Still flashes.
I think you have to. At that point in time, him dying would have been a big deal. Trying to get some shock blast damage, going to be blocked so that cannon does not go over to Zeus.
Going and invading the bot side of the map. They're playing for tempo on the dragon coming in. They want to set up soul point. Another situation where I think the last game was better for Chemtech than this one will be. I think it's really just Lucid that benefits.
Yeah, Viego does benefit a lot, but also massively. Rise, as he's flashing forward, speaking of Rise. Beryl's also flashing in. Zeus not going to be able to go to the skies unless with the help of Beryl, as he does slam him back into the wall. But now Zeka turns up Shiu with a better equalizer this time. Beryl goes down, but at what cost, Hanwha Life Esports? As there's the curtain call, but it's just not doing, never mind. Oh, hold that thought as he takes down the Rise, but it's still a 3-for-2 trade in favor of kill, which is pretty important for the Zeri. Sure. Wolf is back at home at the moment, but I don't know whether he'd certify that. We know Wolf and his certifications now. I don't think this is quite enough.
Oh, damage on Lucid is good.
It's getting closer.
But this is what DK I think we're playing for. Shiu should have his ultimate available. This is soul point possibility. And those waves, they go quickly.
And depending on who gets this dragon, they get means of strength at the same time. So this is a big deal. Delight taking a lot of damage, but he has Eclipse. Zeus also throwing a shock blast into Beryl, who won't be able to start off a fight this time around. Also doesn't have the Keeper's Verdict right now. Needs to wait for that one as he gets a little bit of Honey Fruit. Yeah,
I think Aiming had to pick that one up. There was more.
Yeah.
As the charge does come through from Herald. This is going to be a big fight here, Atlas, especially because it feels like DK have invested heavily into trying to make this worth. There's the equalizer!
Yeah, Viper was already slowed down to 50%. And Showmaker looking for an angle in, wishes he still had that flash from earlier, but still able to buy that space. Zekam down towards his bottom side of the map as well.
They're going to start it up. Do they still have the tools, though? Everything's available here for Hanwha Life. TP comes in, Barrel!
Yeah, it's just the equalizer that is down as they get rid of the jungler, and now they can burst this dragon. Feats of strength, soul point, but now the battle has started. Zeka going down incredibly low as both supports hit the deck. And never mind, Zeka's actually at full health as Showmaker's the one that's almost dead. And it's in fact the Aurora picking up a double in the fight, but it is still feats of strength.
Absolutely tragic.
How is Rise? Let's just rework him again. Now that you mention it, I think we really need to. He deserves it. As just the very edge of that deadly flourish is able to lock down aiming.
Mid lane, this is the benefit of that earlier charge they got on the Herald, will be going down. And that's one thing where Hanwha Life have been really strong this game, is their turret defense in the end there.
Well, Viper going to pick up a red buff and then move on up towards the Otacon as well. As you can see, HLE with full vision control of the area. Shadow Flame, like you were talking about, is going to be done as there's the curtain call. Beryl taking a lot of damage. That was a really cute attempted solar flare to catch a flash, but Beryl not flashing, just dying.
Yeah, it just goes down. They do get, what, 3 ultimates? Did Peanut also use his?
Hey, we're looking for
gone.
is looking by the wayside. And there's also pings onto a Baron as well. HLE really feeling like this is a tempo swing they can work with.
Yeah, I think that they're going to set up mostly. I don't think they're actually going to be intending to do, but that is Denial of Soul and, do note, aiming, both sums used, right? That is Flash and Cleanse now gone on the Zeri, and that's something at least. 3 items for both AD carries. Approaching third for the mid laners as well. And DK, I think they might just at some point start this. The poke is so threatening from Hanwha, though, particularly with Viper as strong as he is. He can just continuously set up for these long-range setups, making it so easy for the Lights to follow up. And a Showmaker, Zeka!
Oh dear, Zeka gonna get flashed on here, but he does manage to get into stealth, so he's not going to get rune prisoned. As he now actually turns it to look for an engage on Dashi, who flashes out of the way. The equalizer goes down, Zeka taking a lot of damage, but down goes the Rumble. And DK, I don't think they're going to be able to get anything done. Beryl is caught out of position yet again and executed. And Showmaker, we mentioned his amount of dashes is relatively low. He's trying to take someone with him, and it does not work. HLE, they just turn on a dime and do exactly what they need to win the fight.
And that root needed to hit. Showmaker investing his flashes.
Oh no, Lucid looking for the pickoff. They do manage to get the first kill as aiming is still deadly.
That's
in
one.
this fight. He takes over looking for Viper. He takes him down. It's the double as Zeus is already dead, making a triple kill as Lucid says, buddy, we got this. And aiming gets over the wall. The extender beam not enough, and now Lucid turns up Zeka. Nowhere to go. That's the ace, and that's the DK we wanted in this series.
Oh my god! They just turn it around on a dime!
What is it? So this time she died?
Get completely screwed.
Yeah.
But this is actually the most important. Look at Showmaker. Look at the amount of damage that he does here. It's what sets up the play.
And look at the pings. The pings were immediately, as soon as it's all about these huge plays for DK, and if they win this game, it's yet another one that's now got the match point as Glacial Prison comes on through. It's not over yet, but Showmaker, he breaks his arm guard. They get rid of the Aurora, and now it's the Realm Walk to start this one off as aiming is right in amongst it. He explodes, and the Zap AoE is gigantic. The Winter's Wrath from Lucid not doing too much, but he's already stolen away the dead Sejuani, and aiming is skating into the enemy base. I have a feeling I know where this game's going.
They have too much Showmaker that ends up setting this up, and 20 more seconds on this. Yeah, DK, they're gonna keep on fighting.
They certainly are, as the equalizer comes down in exactly the same spot yet again. They've managed to catch out the Aurora on the side of the play, and the rest of HLE, nothing. They can do the Realm Warp just to block off the escape, and Viper, there's nowhere he can go. Another explosion, and aiming claims 2, as now Peanut, oh, it's a bit of a drive-by there. That was very cute. 1,000 gold is gonna be picked up.
It timed out!
Yeah, we're going to call that a whoopsie. We're going to call that a whoopsie. As does that? No, it won't cost them the dragon.
I don't think it should.
As now Peanut and Zeus will see whether they can actually defend here as Showmaker looking for a rune prison onto the Jason. Does manage to get it there, smashed into the wall and taken down. It will be the inner turret, and in the meantime, Lucid will be able to secure that dragon. So an aiming moment, but he was 8-0-8.
Oh, you can see him giggling as well. The shutdown also went to Peanut.
Yeah, to Peanut.
Of all people.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
HNG. But if HLE managed to win here, we might be denied it. We will see. Sorry, if DK managed to win here, we might be denied it, as Showmaker is going to get jumped on by both Peanut and Zeus and just flashes away. That's going to be enough. And of course has Phase Rush, so once he does get a few abilities off, he is absolutely rocking out of there. Still, that is going to be some bounty gold as the outer turret falls on the bottom side of the map, but he doesn't have.
Well, he's also Zeri, so I don't want to get too much bogged down in comparison.
Yeah, true.
There's also GA for both Zeri as well as for Lucid. Do like the Serpent's Fang here though, from Zeus.
Yeah.
As
Lucid.
Yeah, the engage is a bit lackluster from DK, as we can see. On the live, they're just looking for an opening.
Peanut just really wanting to make sure that he's can catch anyone who is out of position.
I'm pretty sure that Showmaker can solo Nash at this point, but it looks like DK, they just keep on looking, and I like Hanwha. They're cool. They're not...
oh dear! There's a heroic charge. They managed to... Oh no! Delight able to flash away. He buys a fair bit of time, but the Keeper's verdict comes down, and Zeka is forced out of there. Another equalizer is... I mean, it did some damage to Zeka.
Did it really?
I mean, it did... It did some... okay, objectively, it did do some damage to Zeka, so we're just going to go with that.
You're technically correct.
Yes. She's now just going to say, well, if I can't land my ultimate, I'm going to flash on top of this Jhin. Thanks, Showmaker, who's able to finish him off there, finding all of these Qs. Lucid now just resetting his way around the fighters. Zeus cannot do it alone. 4 lying on the floor. The rest of DK going to march down the mid lane. I don't know whether he wins the 1v1 anymore.
Oh, he definitely doesn't, no.
But he might be able to escape. As you can see, Showmaker teleported to the mid lane, and Beryl is stopping the backs, as they say.
He watched the T1 series, and he knows that you don't want to let Peanut get to the wave.
Yeah. And Peanut was the one having fun with Koshik, if you remember, with the dancing around the dragon pit on the as the Udyr and the Nidalee. Very, very cute. He's now in another one of these stories as he's just stuck in Poppy Purgatory on the top side of the map. And that is all the while his Nexus is being destroyed. Beryl is also winning the fight once more as Chemtech Soul, ladies and gentlemen, still he's denied as